Sumit, did you understand what Shashi was trying to say?
I'm still confused.
No,
So,
let me tell you. Like, if you are defining a number which is greater than 1 or equal to 1, right? Then it will be restricted to that number. Like, you are specifying that function to display only those maximum number of rows.
got it.
If
So,
you are saying less than 1, which is 0, right? It will take the maximum limit which it can display, which is the default value by AMPscript, which is 2000.
okay, I got it. So let's say instead of 0, I mentioned 5 there,
Then
and
it will display only 5.
okay, and we have a criteria which is gender, and it will look for a gender. Let's say we have gender here man, and there are only 2 records which are fulfilling that criteria in the data extension. So the maximum is 5, but there's only 2, so it will not error out because there is a difference between 5 and 2. The number is 3, right?
You are telling the system that maximum you can display 5, but not any error if it is less than 2. If the system has no records which are fulfilling that filter, it won't display, right?
Step back.
I will.
Yeah. So you are saying the maximum value you return is 5. So if the output is 6, it is not going to give you 6 record, it's going to give you 5 records. Okay. Now, if the output of this data row set is 2, and you're saying maximum is 5, it is not going to error out. It is going to give you the 5 because it is within this ceiling value, right? So you consider for floor and the ceiling value, right? So ceiling is spelling, yeah. I don't know what is ceiling value. Floor and top. The top is 5. Floor is the number of the criteria that you are defining. If it is 2, the floor value is going to return here in the rows set.
Can I interrupt, Shashi?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Interrupt.
Sumit, one example, like if you have a credit card and if you have a maximum limit of 1 lakh.
Sumit.
Okay, you can apply for a loan which is not greater than 1 lakh. You can apply for 10,000 or 5,000 or 99,000 or 1 lakh even, right?
Got it. Yeah.
So it's up to you. But if you apply for 1.25 lakh, they are not going to give you because your maximum limit is 1 lakh.
Got it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
what I can say, I think sometimes
right, you say floor and ceiling, I will be confused and I will be sleeping. I don't know if I missed something else.
Yeah, floor and top concept is also good, but yeah, example with Lakshmi is also good to understand. Yeah.
It will become too technical, right? All AMPscript terminology, Yeah.
Oh, see, I can't become, I can't become a product owner. I can become only a technical guy.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's go back to the topic.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
So, lookup ordered rows. So you have the data extension name and the number of rows to return. Okay, and on which attribute you have to basically do the sorting. That is the third attribute. And after that, you can add the filter in the key value pair. Okay, so gender, main, and you can also add, similar to what we're describing initially, was again the season, right? You can say season, and then you define the season. Okay, so you're filtering with more criteria. You can add any number of criteria to it, not only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do this. So the output is also the similar. See, the same that we used for lookups also. Lookup row also, here also is the same. Okay. So you also have this one. See, the if condition and the for condition, for loop, and then iterate. Yeah, I use div. You could utilize table, right? And this will be td instead of div. Is that clear?
Yes, for me.
Okay, so I'll stop here. I don't know. I want you all people to understand everything.
Yes.
That is my expectation. Okay. So I know few of you will say that too much of information flow, but from your side also you have to work hard.
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait for some minutes. Any questions apart from this?
Yes, I see. So what's the best practice when we are retrieving the information for the relational data? Is it lookup or lookup rows?
I would always, good question. I would always
Yes.
go with the lookup rules, not with lookup. Okay, so what will happen is if you do a lookup, the criteria which you are basically trying to fetch, say main for look up the products for main category, and the season is winter. When you do a lookup, the value returned might be null, right? Because there is no products for main for the season winter, right? And when you say assign product name and you simply print, okay, the output, there is no output and you're trying to print. So better what you again add is the if condition. If product name is not empty, then print.
Okay. Like
But
a
if you
fallback.
use, yeah, now if you use lookup rows, it is basically defining you on the search, right? And you're using if row count greater than 0. You have the condition if row count greater than 0. Then after that, if row count greater than 0, then what you're doing is you're printing the values which are present. So you're eliminating a lot of if conditions. In lookup row, in lookup, you're saying product name. If product name not empty, print. If product description not empty, print. If product price not empty, print.
Okay, yeah. Understood.
Any other questions?
Shashi, I have one question about SSJs. So I wanted to know, I mean, when I read your blogs, I feel sometimes when I read about those SSJs mentioned, I feel a little overwhelmed, I'm going to be honest. And I feel, where should I start it from? I mean, I try to go through some documents, but still I'm clueless. So if you can just guide me about that.
I have a same question too, Sasi.
See, what I say is when you're utilizing email, right? I would not go with SSJs. And I would always restrict myself to AMPscript. And now when you move to cloud pages or other functionalities, I would not go with AMPscript. I'll restrict myself to SSJs. Okay, so it depends on in which context you are using which programming language. There's another programming language called GTL. So it defines the use case for which you are basically using it. Now I know a lot of people has affinity towards SSJs. Yeah, I also have more affinity towards SSJs. But what Sumit was asking was, where should I start from? Start from Salesforce documentation. Okay, if not there are a lot of blogs. Okay, so there is Greek's blog. He's my inspiration, right? So he inspires me a lot. So I always divert towards Greek blog for learning. Okay, so I haven't shared my screen, right? So let me share this person's whom I follow. Okay, because like a lot of people call me guru, I'm not a guru, but he's my guru. Okay, so this guy. So this is the blog. Okay, this is his blog post. Okay, so if you want to follow, right, I'll say follow him. And whatever he writes, I basically see. I follow only. Obviously, I reference a lot of other people. Okay, but for me, this is the two people who I basically follow. So when I started my journey, okay, in SFMC, this blog, okay, helped me learn more things for Marketing Cloud programming. So he has written so wonderful things, so beautifully captured every details. And hats off to this guy, okay, who has written this.